Hey guys, it's Ephraim, founder, CEO, Day Trade Like a Pro. I wanted to do a quick video here, and I just dropped my son off at his friend's house, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, I was having a conversation with a client earlier in the week, and one of the things that came up is, I asked him a question. I said, do you trust the market? And I thought, that's a pretty interesting idea. When you think about your relationship with the market, is it a relationship of trust? And I'm gonna speculate and say it probably isn't. You probably don't trust the market. You've probably been burned. When you put a trade on, are you worried that it's not gonna work, that it's not gonna follow through, that you don't know what's gonna happen next in the market? And it's true, nobody knows what's gonna happen next in the market. But as things go along, as different prices get traded, things sort of unfold in the market, and you get a answer as to what the next likely move is going to be. You really don't have to guess. There's an approach where you can really understand. There's a methodology that the market is constantly generating information about itself. That's something Mark Douglas talked about a lot. He'd always say the market's constantly generating information about itself. The problem for most traders is that they're looking under all the wrong rocks. They're using all the wrong stuff. They think things like floor pivots or, different lagging indicators and things like that are going to be what's important, or what they're looking for as far as how the market's going to, react around because of whatever MACD is doing or whatever. And it's true that some traders, we have a Jay Trader here at Day Trade Like a Pro, and he's done very well and developed a system for himself around trading the RSI. So, using key levels and then confirming that with RSI, and that's worked for him. And it works for other traders. And most traders look under all the wrong rocks, and they guess and they wonder, and they have no idea what's really happening in the market, or what's going to happen next, or likely to happen next. And then there's no trust. They don't trust the market. They don't trust what's going to happen next. They don't trust that the market's going to the target. So they get in and maybe take a little bit of heat on a trade and then panic out of it because you've been burnt. And the reality is most traders are afraid to trade and don't trust the market. So how do you start to alter that relationship that you have with the market? Well, you do that by building confidence little by little of what's going to happen next. Okay, so I think this thing's going to happen next. And then, and it's not even, let me correct myself. It's not even, I think this is going to happen. It's the market said, this is happening next. There was a day last week where I was actually talking with a client, and I said, look, I don't know what's going to happen next. I just know that the S&P has generated a target of 4353.5. At the time, that would be a new all-time high. And what happened is that the S&P went up to 4353.25 and then dropped like 80 points from there. But we knew that was the target. And I said, I don't know that it's going to go to the target. I just know that's the target. And then it went to that target, and then things just sort of started to break down, and all of those. And then when we came back in the next morning, so that happened late in the day, it hit 53.25. And then the next morning when we came in, it had sold off like 80 points overnight. And I said, okay, next thing up, the market has given us a bounce target, at a minimum bounce target, and that was 25 points away. So while other traders were absolutely just stuck on getting short and trying to sell it because they missed that move down overnight, there was 25 points, and it was a target generated by the market. So how many times do you need to generate a target and then see the market follow right through to that? And then start to build some confidence around it and trade it and go, okay, just got 25 points from here to there. Great trade. And continue to do that. So you start to build some confidence so that you have trust that the market, that you trust the market. It generates information about itself. You trust the information that it generates about itself. So I'm leading a course, which you probably know about. It starts on Tuesday. And I'm inviting you to come be in that course if you want to start to generate or create a relationship with the market where you trust the information the market is generating about itself. It's more than finding targets and entries. It's really about, can you start to build that kind of confidence and that kind of trust in the market that when you see this thing happening, that you go, okay, great. This, it's starting to follow through here. And so it's just such a critical part of trading that you look at so whether you come join the course, there's the link below here. You can go sign up for the course. I think it's a bargain. We're going to get to spend 4 weeks together. We're going to have 8 different sessions. They'll be recorded. You'll have access to it for life. I think it's a phenomenal value. And so I'd invite you to come sign up for that. But beyond that, whether you sign up for the course or not, this is the question that I have for you. Do you trust the market? What is your relationship with the market? And I think if you'll really look at that and see, when you put on it, do you trust the market? I bet you don't. I bet you trust that it might burn you, or that it might do, that it's sporadic, or that it does, it's unpredictable or whatever. But do you trust it to go to the target that it generated, that it told you this is where it's going? Do you trust that? And what would it be like in your trading if you had the skill and the knowledge and the methodology where you could see what happened, get the information directly from the market, where the market's going, and then from there, put the trade on and let it go to the target? How many times do you have to do that before you start to really build confidence in your ability to see that, put the trade on, trade it to the target? And what would that do for your relationship with the market? And what would it do for your relationship? What would it do for your bank account? What would it do for your trading account? So, that's what we're going to be doing in the course. Also, I want to say it's important that you understand the risks that are associated with trading futures or any kind of trading. And all of the risk disclosures are here on the page. If you don't understand that, it really is important that you understand that. So read the risk disclosures, but if it calls to you in any way, go register for the course. It starts on Tuesday, and it can be the beginning. You can decide right now to have this be the beginning, and registering for the course being the first step that you take towards creating a relationship with the market where you trust the market to follow through on the information that it's generating about itself, and that you know what rocks to look underneath to get that information that the market is generating for itself. This will be the best course I've ever taught. I'm excited for the people who are registered. So if you're registered, thank you. Looking forward to it. If you're not registered, you're missing out. There's just no two ways about it. So I hope to see you there. Click the link below, get yourself registered, and start creating that kind of a relationship with the market. And we'll see you there on Tuesday.